I got another short video for you. This one's all about how to learn how to do tarot or oracle cards for yourself, learning how to use them for yourself instead of relying on, collective messages. You can help yourself and help others by using tarot or oracle, and this is the video teaching you how to do it. Hi, my name is Jesselyn, and welcome to Spiritual Thursdays. And it's only Spiritual Thursdays because I couldn't find anything with a TH that means spirituality to go with Thursday, so I said Spiritual Thursdays. And I hope that doesn't offend anybody with a lisp. Well, I do have family members who have lisps, and once upon a time I had one too. I actually currently have a slight lisp, but you can't really tell. So no offense. It's not to be offensive in any way, I promise. Moving on, I want you to like, subscribe, and annihilate the notification bell so that when I have a new video coming up, you can know when it comes up. And this channel is literally to help you help yourself and help remind me too, it helps remind me of the things that I've learned through my spiritual journey, and I'm glad to share. Anyway, first things first, when it comes to tarot and oracle, I want you to do so. You can do this online, you can do it in person, there's no wrong way. So you're gonna go, say we're on Amazon's fine, it doesn't matter. You can have your preferences, I suggest going to a place where there are mediums and stuff who make their own, because I'm always about, instead of putting your money to corporations, putting your money into a family's pocket is way better, and the energy on those cards are way better. I have yet to find one and purchase one, because usually they're more on the expensive side, but it's so worth it. They're good quality from what I've seen, and just beautiful. And always I think everybody kind of wants to spend more of their money on the community instead of on the government anyway, or whoever has the more money power, all that mumbo jumbo anyway. Anyway, so when you're shopping, wherever you're shopping, whatever one you feel called to, okay, the ones that are grabbing your attention the most. And when you first do this, there's going to be so many, you're like, oh my god, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. So don't be afraid to take some good time, and eventually you'll figure out which one you really feel calls to you the most. Even if you're stuck between a few, that's all right. And then once you get these cards, you're going to read the beginning parts of the book, so you understand how these, what kind of spreads they have on, because you're going to want to educate yourself on how to do certain spreads the old-fashioned way, okay? And you kind of choose how you want to do it. You don't have to go by the book. Whatever you feel is right. You can do the same thing that everybody else does if you want, where you just shuffle and whatever comes out is what you're meant to hear. I like to do that myself because it just feels a lot more authentic. But you can have, present, past, future. There's all sorts of spreads that are really useful as well in these books. And then once you start getting cards, you're going to read off the book at first. You're going to shuffle, let the cards come out that need to come out, whatever. And then every card that comes out, you're going to read off the book what the meaning of that card is. And even before you do that, bonus points if you look at each and every card and find yourself connecting to each and every one and feeling them out, and pay attention to how that card makes you feel or think, or, bonus points for that. But anyway, you're going to continue, all right? You're going to continue to keep reading off the book until one day, and it's different for everybody. One day there's a certain card that's going to pop up and you're like, oh, I know exactly. And it's not based off memory. You're going to feel it as well. Like for these oracle cards, they have very different meanings in the book than what I get off of them. So I didn't go on the book very long for these. This was my first deck I ever got, and my Chakra Oracle. And it took me about 2 days, maybe 3, of pulling them and reading off the book to be like, and then I pull out a card and I'm like, okay, so this one, for example, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, so your guides are really, feeling you, and like the imagery and the wording for me personally really helped me interpret better of what the message was than the book did personally for me. But there's also other decks where I use the book the whole time because I feel like the wording in the book is on point and I couldn't say it better, and I have an oracle deck just for that. And then you gotta give yourself some time to understand what each card represents and what it's trying to tell you, okay? And spirit will follow through, okay? Everything happens for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence, all right? They are definitely, that's what these cards and runes, and it kind of works the same way no matter what kind of divination you do. You go off of what the book says, you know, at first, until you start connecting with them and really being able to receive the message that they're sending, okay? And it'll come on a natural. We all have this ability to be a medium. We all have the ability to relay what spirit has to say, and these are essentially training wheels for communicating with spirit or your guides or anything else. It's a great way to start being able to communicate with spirit and your guides and anything, like I just said. Like, it's a great way to start because you won't feel alone, because you'll have some sort of guidance with you, you know, especially if you're on this journey alone, which I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm one of those, okay? So, and if you are struggling to really connect with the deck you're on, it could mean that that deck was meant for somebody else that's in your future or current. I got a tarot deck. My first tarot deck was, I can't remember what it was called. It was a beginner tarot. And I could not for the life of me connect with those. I was always confused. I wasn't feeling it. I can't explain to you what that feels like, but I'm sure you'll get to a point to where you know what that feels like. And it turns out they were meant for someone else, and they definitely were. They were definitely meant. And when that happens, you'll just get that thought that goes across your mind, like, boom, that's who they're meant for, is the person that's sitting in front of you right now. And you're going to have that feeling, and you're like, oh yeah. And that's spirit communicating with you, or your intuition guiding you, you know. So if you're really struggling to connect, don't be discouraged. It just means it's meant for somebody else, or it's meant for you later on. You know, you never know. But it's not meant for you at that time. But usually, if you feel called to a deck, you usually connect to it. But it happens to all of us, you know. Sometimes we're meant to have decks to help others and give them their first decks, you know what I'm saying? I have given away a couple of decks for that reason. But anyway, I would like you to leave me a comment. Let me know how it went for you. Come back to this video. Or tell me, have you ever wanted to try tarot before? I guess you would be here. That's why you're here. Leave me a comment on any questions you may have as well. I love you. You got this. Keep going. Anything else you'd like me to discuss, I got you. I'll have another video up for you Anyway, I love you guys. Keep going. Stay strong.